Alright, so before you comment down below your opinions, watch the full video because I'm gonna make some super good points that you all should agree with me on. But if you didn't know, Carson was accused for allegedly sexting with a minor that was 17 years old, and at the time Carson was 19, so the age wasn't really a big factor because I'm sure many of you know people who are 17 dating someone who is 1 or 2 years older than them. And even in some states the age of consent is 17, but the main factor is that he used his popularity and fame to take advantage of these 17-year-old girls to have these sexual messages with him, which in that case is not okay. And he admitted to all of this in a Discord chat that was actually leaked. I'm gonna roll the clip of the entire thing.
Go check out It's Joko. Okay? So that led me here, which this was just posted an hour ago. Okay? Because this is pretty much it right here. This is pretty much the entire all the CallMeCarson stuff right here. This is pretty much all of it, okay?
I'm not into kids, but I did trade nudes with people under the age of 18, which is very bad. I was 19. That's all you need right there. That's Carson's profile. There you go. There's all the stuff for that. And then, if you go down to the very bottom, grooming, pedophilia, Carson situation, this tweet, he says, "This shit is absolutely disgusting. I figure you guys will be seeing this sooner or later, but yeah, absolutely gross messages confirming that this is true."
Now from that clip, it's obviously shown that Carson was pretty much admitting to everything he was being accused of, such as him sexting with a 17-year-old girl, and also exchanging nude pics with the girl going back and forth with one another. But I want to focus now on Keemstar for a second, because the way he went about the situation in the video was completely misleading, since in that video there was legit not a single bit of evidence shown, and all we got from it was a he said she said explanation from members in the lunch club, where they just said Carson told them months ago about all of this and that they didn't know if they wanted to come out with this information since it would ruin Carson's career. And then Keemstar had the audacity to go on Twitter as soon as the video went up and demanded Carson to put out a statement. And it's been nearly 24 hours and Carson hasn't responded yet or came out publicly about this, and I'm sure he will soon. But eventually, pretty much right after the video was posted, we got actual evidence of not only the DMs being leaked between Carson and the 17-year-old girl, but as well as Carson admitting to all the accusations against him, as I stated before. As of right now, Carson has lost nearly 200,000 from all of his platforms, which I know as guilty Carson is looking right now and him admitting to everything. I still don't believe people should start hating someone until they put out their response, no matter how bad in the situation that person looks, because there's always three sides to every story, in which in this case is the 17-year-old girl that accused Carson and us hearing about her story on Twitter, and then we have Carson's response to these allegations, which hasn't been heard yet, and then there's the actual truth to the situation, which in most events like these, the truth is never really found, but we all know whether or not if the person being accused is guilty or innocent. Now I want to speak out on what I've seen when it comes to these pedophile allegations that have happened over the past year, because it's completely disgusting, and the biggest example is Zoe Laverne, where she physically made out with a 13-year-old boy and she still has supporters and has over 18 million followers on TikTok, and it's been well over a year now since it's actually happened, and yet some people don't see anything wrong when a 19-year-old grown woman is kissing a 13-year-old boy. But if this happened to be a 19-year-old man kissing a 13-year-old girl, he most likely would have gotten some jail time or some sort of legal action took upon the situation. Unlike with Tony Lopez, where if you go to his comments on every one of his TikTok videos, it's nothing but people calling him out for being a pedo. But if you go under Zoe Laverne's TikTok videos, it's nothing but support, and you know, maybe here and there you may see people calling her out for being a pedo, but it's nowhere near the rate Tony Lopez gets called out for this. Same thing with this Carson situation. He probably has gotten more hate and lost more followers in one day than Zoe Laverne has ever gotten in her entire career. And I just wanted to state out that just because there's two different genders doesn't make the law different. The rules are equal to everyone. If you are over the age of 18 and you happen to have been talking sexually sexually with a minor or doing sexual things with a minor, you should be labeled as a pedo and have legal actions brung against you, no matter if the victim was comfortable with it or gave consent. It never makes it right for an underage individual to have sexual interactions with an adult. But with that being said, I hope you guys learned something from this. I'm hoping most of you actually agree with me on most of the things I said. I try and clarify that I'm not taking any sides here on the Carson situation until he makes a response or the truth is actually told, but I am gonna try and stay up to date with all of this.